Alrighty, everyone, at least everyone who joined into this stream already. Unfortunately, as you guys saw, the last stream got taken down. Someone may have played AC/DC. But that replay will be up. I'll make sure to get that back up. I'll mute the copyrighted song in question. I don't know what song it is yet. But thankfully, it happened in between the transition from the day show to the Twilight show. So we're going to continue on with the show as planned, starting at the Twilight, which up next we have Virtual Randy Ball. I'll be handing over the mic in a second once everyone's finished migrating streams over to this one. Stay tuned for Virtual Randy Ball. We'll be handing him the mic shortly.
Hello, hello. Hey, is this mic on or not? Hey, did you turn my mic on?
Your mic is on.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's AJ Hicksales here, your live narrator for today's demonstration. So today's demonstration is an absolute wonderful one. Today we have a one-of-a-kind aircraft that has not been released yet. I say yet, to the virtual scene on DCS, or Digital Combat Simulator. What you're seeing on your screens right now is a working development module of the MiG-17F made by Red Star Simulations. Now, us at Randy Ball and or Virtual Fighter Jets demonstration team have got a first into of this aircraft. This aircraft made by these Red Star devs are absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank them enough before this demonstration starts. Now, of course, we're flying the wonderful Randy Ball demonstration profile for today's demonstration, and we cannot wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for Virtual Randy Ball with Virtual Fighter Jets Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, today, what you're about to witness is a virtual flight demonstration aimed to replicate North America's premier jet demonstration pilot, Randy W. Ball. Now, one of my favorite things about this demonstration is just how this jet feels. Going from a MiG-15, which we used to use, to the MiG-17, you have an amazing burner. And you're going to witness that in this Twilight demonstration. Now, on its takeoff roll, here's the McCurry-Gurvich MiG-17 Fresco. Here's Randy Ball! did not enter service until October of 1952. The MiG-17 proved to be a deadly force in the Vietnam era, and it was not until it introduced the General Dynamics, now Lockheed Martin, F-16 Fighting Falcon, in which the MiG-17 was the tightest turning fighter anywhere in the world. And that is not a hard feat to chase. Now, look to your right. Here comes Virtual Randy Ball for the minimum radius turn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while he is turning, he is pulling 6 times the force of gravity to pull his aircraft around back to show center. That feat is not that is really hard to do, especially in this aircraft. But here he comes again, there's that burner! Now, Randy Ball currently performs jet aerobatics in more air shows over North America than any other civilian jet pilot. And in 2023, it marked Randy's 33rd year. Randy has flown over 43 different types of aircraft, manufactured in 9 different countries. The MiG-17 can maintain 8 G-turns. Yes, that's 8 times the force of gravity. Attain a max speed of 715 miles an hour, or Mach 1.04, and can climb better than 14,000 feet per minute. Now Randy is coming back around. He's going to show you that iconic MiG-17 in a very, very nice photo pass. Here's Randy Ball.
Minding the scene and nothing there in between. The flying circus on the man from Russia.
Well, the MiG-17 was designed to shoot down slower American bombers. It showed surprising success when used by the North Vietnamese pilots to combat American fighters or fighter bombers during the war. Nearly a decade after the design, this was due to the aircraft being more agile and more maneuverable than the F-4 Phantom or the F-105 Thunder Chief. Now, coming low and fast, here is your virtual Randy Ball in the MiG-17.
Point 88.
Now that is a fast pass. Well, ladies and gentlemen, usually we'd end it off there, but I think Virtual Randy Ball has one more burner pass ready for you here at VAA Airventure. Now, while he's making his reversal turn, we want to thank all of the VAA staff for making this possible. This is an absolutely amazing demonstration and show so far. So let's make some noise for your Virtual Randy Ball!
Let's play! It's been a long road, but I'm almost home. Was the night fade by? Hear the roar of the
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude today's Twilight demonstration. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank you for watching today's flight demonstration. And without you, we wouldn't be here today. Without the support of every single one of you, we would not be able to put on these amazing demonstrations. We definitely would like to thank everyone at the VA staff for letting us perform and being one of the first to see the MiG-17F in action. We plan to show up to a few more shows this year. Definitely want to make sure this aircraft is going to get a little more updated as we go on. Now, the updates on this aircraft are just absolutely amazing. The Red Star team does an incredible job at getting all these things done and making this aircraft feel like it should. Now, a lot of the developers are real pilots themselves, and that takes a lot of time there from Long Beach, California, Randall Ward. And the live narrator for today's flight demonstration is your very own AJ Hicks Sales from Omaha, Nebraska. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to see more of our amazing aircraft and exclusive videos of our virtual rainbow demonstration, be sure to check us out on YouTube, Discord, and Instagram. If you have any questions or you'd like to join our team, join our Discord and contact one of our dedicated personnel members. Again, it's AJ Hicks Sales, and guess what? We'll see you next time. Virtual Oshkosh. See ya!
No stopping me now. It's like I've never been away. So you better watch out. 'Cause I'm back in the game. I'm back in the game.
All right, everyone, what do we think of Virtual Randy Ball? Unfortunately, we did have to migrate streams, as you saw, but couldn't have happened at a better time. Luckily, it happened mid-transition between Twilight and Day Show, so it's not the end of the world. We got many great demos lined up. Let's see, what do we have next? Alrighty. We have the Tomcat demo. They flew yesterday, so if you missed them yesterday, you get to see them again today, and in an amazing lighting setting. So stay tuned, they will be popping up on the screen shortly.
Hey, folks, sit back and don't relax because we're coming by about 600 miles an hour. All right, anytime, baby.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Navy, we welcome you to the virtual F-14 Tomcat demonstration team. I am Nathan Sheldon Schneller, narrating for the team. Today, we proudly present the mighty F-14 Tomcat, the United States Navy's legendary fleet defender, air superiority fighter, interception, and strike platform that has supported operations in Libya, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and lastly in Iraq. It was the main attraction in the 1986 mega hit film, Top Gun. The Tomcat is flown by a crew of two, the pilot and the radar intercept officer, or RIO. The pilot flies the plane, and the RIO manages the weapons, radar, and communication systems from the back seat. Flying the Tomcat is Commanding Officer Carl Van Norman from Cleveland, Ohio, and in his backseat, fellow Cleveland native Andrew Burke Brown. Together, you will see the mighty Tomcat return to center stage with a demonstration of raw power in its purest form. With takeoff checks complete and now cleared for takeoff, watch and listen as the mighty Tomcat roars to life, accelerating down the runway, taking off in less than 1,500 feet. Near the departure end of the runway, watch as Van and Burt push 30 tons of airplane into the sky with 60,000 pounds of thrust. From the right, the F-14 Tomcat. From the left and perform a series of turns called the Flat 8. This maneuver will provide you an all-aspect view of the Tomcat. Take note of the glow from the afterburner cans indicating that full afterburner has been selected. While in full afterburner, the Tomcat will burn over 2,000 pounds or 300 gallons of fuel per minute, exceeding 7 times the power of the starting lineup of the Daytona 500. From the left, the Flat 8. The Tomcat will now approach from the right for a planned view pass. The degree of sweep from the variable geometry wing is controlled by a mock sweep programmer. The wings full forward are at 20 degrees, full aft is 68 degrees. At 350 miles per hour, Van will roll the F-14 into a 100-degree angle of bank, override the wing sweep computer, and select full aft wing sweep. From the right, the Tomcat knife edge wing sweep pass. The Tomcat is a highly sophisticated aircraft, as its operational limits extend from the deck to over 50,000 feet and from zero airspeed to over twice the speed of sound. It's the variable geometry wings that enable the Tomcat to maneuver throughout that envelope. At slow speeds, the wings move forward. At high speeds, they program aft. This next pass once again demonstrates the various wing sweeps of the F-14. As Ban and Burke will enter a roll at 350 miles per hour with the wings at full sweep or 68 degrees. During the roll, Ban will select minimum sweep and the wings will move forward to the 20-degree position. Completing the roll, Ban and Burke will climb skywards and perform the Cuban 8.
Speak my mind, will cut to the microphone.
The AUG-9 weapon system. The Tomcat is the largest fighter aircraft in United States Navy history, measuring 62 feet in length, only 2 feet shorter than a DC-3, and having a wingspan of over 64 feet. It operates efficiently from land bases or from the crowded deck of an aircraft carrier. Approaching from the right, Ban and Burke are configuring the Tomcat for a simulated approach to an aircraft carrier at 140 miles per hour. The slow speed handling characteristics of the F-14 are exceptional. The huge surface area of the two independently operating horizontal stabilators and vertical tails, combined with a tremendous thrust produced by the two engines, is especially effective in maneuvering an aircraft through slow speeds on approach to a carrier. As the Tomcat draws closer, notice that Ban is on the exact same glide slope entry with his tail hooked down. It's the tail hook that separates Navy and Marine Corps tactical aircraft from the rest of the world's tactical aircraft, enabling them to land and stop in only 300 feet. As they approach show center, get ready to hear and feel the power of the Tomcat as Ban does a simulated wave off, selecting full afterburner and accelerating away from the deck. Take off at 1,500 feet. In this turn, the crew will be slammed to their seats at more than 7 Gs, or 7 times the normal force of gravity. This ability to outturn and outgun your opponent can determine the victor in air combat. As the Tomcat completes the turn, watch as the aircrew transition into the double Immelman. And as the saying goes, fly to fight, fight to win.
When you be in the center, yeah, he'll eat you for dinner.
The F-14 is accelerating to near the speed of sound. As it passes, the Tomcat will be traveling at almost 700 miles per hour, or 1,000 feet per second, a mere 1/3 of its maximum capability. From the right, the Tomcat high-speed pass. Coming out of the descending turn from the left, the Tomcat is approaching for the pop-up tuck under brake. This maneuver is utilized to slow the aircraft down from 600 miles per hour to a more comfortable 140 and give the crew time to set the landing configuration. Watch from the left as the Tomcat rolls right and turns left for the pop-up tuck under brake. The Tomcat is now slowing to 140 miles per hour. Listen closely, and you may hear the precise power changes required in this simulated approach to an aircraft carrier. Naval aviators take flights aboard U.S. Navy aircraft carriers around the world, day and night, and in good and bad weather. The deck has 4 wires placed every 50 feet, any one of which the tailhook may engage. Immediately upon touchdown, the pilot adds full military power, and it's the arresting gear, not the wheel brakes, that stop the aircraft. In the unlikely event of a bolter, should the hook skip and miss all 4 wires, the crew takes off and goes around for another try. The landing signal officer, affectionately known as Paddles, has confirmed that Band and Berg will perform a touch and go at show center, followed immediately by a dirty double Immelman. This extremely difficult maneuver is only made possible by the power of the massive GE F-110 engines, providing a greater than 1-to-1 thrust-to-weight ratio. The F-14 Tomcat has played a vital role in the defense of our nation since its first flight over 55 years ago. Being the trademark of naval aviation, it has written its legacy into our red, white, and blue past. As the Tomcat repositions, get your cameras ready as Van and Burke will approach from your left with wings swept back for a high-speed pass.
I cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I said before. All these words, they make no sense. I found this in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben and Burke and the United States Navy's F-14 Tomcat!
Everything you say. The answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found this in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me. One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe. One step closer to the edge, I'm about to break.
Van and Burke are now repositioning to demonstrate the technique used by every Naval and Marine Corps pilot to smoothly transition their aircraft from high-speed to low-speed flight and then to landing configuration. He will approach at 400 knots at 500 feet, entering an overhead brake, which results in a decelerating 360-degree turn that rapidly decelerates the aircraft while aligning it with the landing pattern. From the right, the carrier brake.
Nobody thinks that there just might be more than one road to our final destination.
With its air-to-air and air-to-ground capabilities, the Tomcat quickly became the most versatile multi-mission fighter in the United States Navy. Its sophisticated weapons control systems can track 24 individual targets at ranges greater than 100 miles and launch guided missiles at any 6 of those targets simultaneously. It has 4 different weapons, the Phoenix, Sparrow, and Sidewinder missiles, plus a 20mm cannon with a rate of fire of over 6,000 rounds per minute. Utilizing tactics beginning in the Gulf War, and with the addition of the Lantern laser targeting pod, the Tomcat is capable of carrying a wide array of air-to-ground ordnance, including conventional bombs, rockets, and cluster munitions. Avionics and flight control upgrades have made the Tomcat a viable warplane even 54 years after its first flight, with the first fleet squadrons deploying in 1974. Ladies and gentlemen, the virtual F-14 Tomcat demonstration team would like to thank you all for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed this brief demonstration of only a fraction of the F-14's full combat capability. Got screenshots or other media from the show? Join us on Discord and show us what you got. On behalf of the virtual F-14 Tomcat TAC demo team, we thank you for your attendance, and we look forward to performing for you once again. Support the Maverick Act. Anytime, baby!
Alright everyone, what did we think of that? It was great seeing the Tomcat again. If you saw it yesterday, seeing it today is a whole different thing. It's Twilight, you get to see the afterburners better. And, as always, it was another great performance by the virtual Tomcat demo. We've had some changes in the schedule, so I will quickly go over that. Alrighty, so instead of the original person flying after the Tomcat, we have bumped up the Raptor. So up next, we have the virtual Raptor demo. So give them a welcome to the stage, and they'll be on the screen shortly, so stay tuned.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. The sun's going down, the temperatures are going down, and we got some fine folks out there on the runway ready to dance in the sunset. I'm Knob Flighter, and I'll be taking over for this portion of your Twilight show, featuring the virtual Heritage Flight Program and your virtual F-22 Raptor demonstration team. We're pairing a World War II era warbird with the most feared modern fighter ever built, and all it took was 50 years of aviation progress in the 20th century to go from propellers to Pratt & Whitney F-119s on the F-22 Raptor, which was first built as a production model in 1997. And our Raptor pilot's waving at us, so wave back if you can. That is Nathan Sheldon Schneller. He is in sunset gear, flying with the virtual F-22 Raptor demonstration team, moving on to bigger and better things on year's end. Nope, I think he's coming to a stop. I think he's about to do the exact same stuff he did with us a year ago. He's going to show us just how excited he is to fly for you guys. And there goes that puff of flame from the burner cans, ladies and gentlemen. Sheldon is revved up and ready to go. And so is his friend in the Warbird there. That's Alexander Warwolf Pineda in the P-38 Lightning. Two very seasoned virtual air show pilots ready to tear up this showbox here at VAA 2026. Now I should remind you that these two have a shared history. They both began their virtual air show story in a mobile flight simulator called Infinite Flight. They were part of the same MilSim group, kicked each other's tail in the merge, and very soon after that got hooked on this thing called aerobatics, and they never looked back from there. In 2021, they both moved to DCS World and flew their very first DCS virtual air show together in February 2021 with the virtual Raptor demo team and virtual Viper demo team respectively. And Warwolf is on the roll. Let's listen to those twin Allisons on the P-38 Lightning. Now, ladies and gents, we go from piston engines to the almighty thunder of 70,000 pounds of thrust on your F-22 Raptor. Ladies and gentlemen, is what I call starting off with a bang. It does not get any better than that. Now they plan to rejoin to begin today's Heritage Flight exactly at Show Center. So they are talking to each other through the radio, finding out exactly where they are to make it all happen. So I would keep your eyes on your left side and just behind us. The Raptor and the P-38 will be together momentarily. All right, to your right now, there's the P-38 Lightning, and let's watch as Sheldon drives that Raptor straight towards it. With all that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take a moment to describe the unique history of what you are about to watch. In 1997, the leaders of Air Combat Command assembled a select group of retired military and civilian performers to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the United States Air Force. And from this gathering was born the Heritage Flight, a unique visual representation of the Air Force's history from the days of the Army Air Corps to the present. What started out as a one-time event has grown in popularity and demand, and in 2010, the Air Force Heritage Flight Foundation joined with the United States Air Force to keep this popular program flying. And now, Heritage Flights are performed at air shows and special events in the United States and around the world. Please turn with me now and watch as this rare formation approaches from behind and to the right.
To those who've had to fly and fight, the sky with a grateful heart.
Flying in formation this evening is a World War II era P-38 Lightning piloted by Alexander Warwolf Pineda and a United States Air Force F-22 Raptor piloted by Nathan Sheldon Schneller.
Faithful, proud machines who bore the sword of freedom.
The legendary Lockheed P-38 Lightning, with its distinctive twin boom design, 4 nose-mounted 50 caliber cannons, and twin turbocharged Allison V1710 engines, gave it the reputation and the nickname of the fork-tailed devil to the German Luftwaffe. With a top speed of over 400 miles per hour and the ability to fly 7 hours non-stop with drop tanks, the P-38 became a valuable bomber escort in the European theater. But where it truly shined was the Pacific. 7 of the top 8 scoring Army Air Force aces in the Pacific flew the Lightning. In the Pacific, it also conducted high-altitude dogfights, effective dive bombing, and photo reconnaissance missions. And it was one of those Lightnings in the Pacific that gave payback for Pearl Harbor by shooting down an aircraft carrying the mastermind behind the Pearl Harbor attack and commander of the Imperial Japanese Navy, Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto.
Flesh and blood and steel have earned, but may the greatest glory be reserved for the colors they so bravely serve. Keep them flying, so that all who see them will know
We would like to dedicate today's Heritage Flight to all military veterans and wounded warriors in attendance whose sacrifices over the years have helped preserve America's freedom. We hope you've enjoyed watching this rare formation of classic and current United States Air Force aircraft on our journey from heritage to horizons. Please turn with me now and watch as this rare formation approaches from behind and overhead for its final pass to split break. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Air Force Heritage Flight. We hope you have enjoyed watching and taking pride in this rare display of more than 75 years of air power heritage. Now watch as each aircraft begins their individual passes from the left. In from the left, it's Warwolf and the P-38 Lightning at nearly 400 miles per hour. Now back to your right, it's Sheldon in the F-22 Raptor in the Knife Edge Pass. Now turning base to final for his second and final pass, Warwolf with the double aileron rolls. To your left now should be Nathan Sheldon Schneller on the F-22 Raptor. Oh, where did he go? Oh, wait a minute! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's the sound of freedom right there. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Air Force Heritage Flight. Now we're going to turn the mic over very shortly to this very new fella to the air show scene. We have Vincent Average Trin on the stand here. He is the new narrator for the virtual F-22 Raptor demonstration team. So, Average, the mic is yours. Let's get ready to rumble.
Demo, Raptor, what's up? Demo. Raptor 1, clouds are no factor today, going for a high show. And Demo, Raptor 1 is ready for the hat. Demo control copy, stand by the act. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, act. Good hack, good hack, good hack.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Air Force, the commander of Air Combat Command, General Adrian Spain, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, we welcome you to today's F-22 demonstration. I am the virtual F-22 Raptor Demonstration Team Superintendent, Vincent Average Trin from Los Angeles, California. And as a proud member of the virtual F-22 Raptor Demo Team, it is my distinct pleasure to describe to you today a combat capability demonstration by the world's most technologically advanced 5th generation stealth fighter aircraft in the world. The Raptor's mission is air dominance, and it supports our joint force and our allies to freely operate in today's joint fight anywhere, anytime. And now, introducing your 2026 virtual F-22 Raptor demonstration team. From McComb, Mississippi, our team chief, Miles Wedge Hawkins. From Las Vegas, Nevada, public affairs specialist and our man with the camera, Aaron Cuban Lara. From Houston, Texas, safety observer, Levi Tango Kearney. Joining me at Show Center from Houston, Texas, our safety observer and virtual Raptor pilot, Jorge Sugar Luis. And your 2026 virtual Raptor demonstration pilot, an aspiring airman with more than 7,000 hours of multi-platform flight simulation experience and over 50 hours of real flight time from Lexington, Kentucky, Nathan Sheldon Schneller. You are about to witness the extreme maneuvering capabilities by the most advanced and most lethal fighter aircraft in your United States Air Force. The F-22 you will see today is an unmodified and fully combat-capable aircraft. While we can't share everything about what makes the Raptor the most lethal fighter aircraft in the world, we will show you its raw power and thrust vectoring maneuvering capabilities as it executes maneuvers that no other aircraft in the world can perform, pushing it to the absolute limit in today's demonstration. It is a true first look, first shot, first kill weapon system. The Raptor plays a vital role in the defense of this nation, and it represents your Air Force's dedication to aim high, fly, fight, and win, and ensuring our ability to beat any challenge at any time, under any condition, anywhere in the world. As today's demonstration begins from behind and overhead, you will see the Raptor execute the maximum power climb, producing over 70,000 pounds of thrust from its powerful Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines at near supersonic speed.
Control, Raptor 1's running in for a high show. This one's for Dad. Let's go, Hokies!
So now it's time to stand up, move forward, get ready, the show is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the United States Air Force's F-22 Raptor! The Raptor's advanced flight control systems, combined with its powerful engines, enable it to pull more than 9 times the force of gravity. Watch now from the right as the Raptor demonstrates its tight turning capability with a minimum radius horizontal turn, and then power straight into the vertical. And then, watch as Sheldon whips the Raptor around on a dime and gives you 9 cents for change in the amazing J-turn reposition. Consists of any lethal combination of 8 missiles and up to 8 precision satellite-guided bombs. In order for the Raptor to remain stealthy, it must retain a sleek profile, which requires all weapons to be scored internally. The Raptor is the first supersonic, multi-role, and highly maneuverable stealth fighter in the world with a fully internal combat weapons load. Ready your cameras as the Raptor banks in from the left and cycles its weapons bay doors. Folks, if you've been wondering where those bombs and missiles hide, here is your answer. On behalf of the Virtual Raptor Demo Team, we stand proud today as we dedicate this next pass to 250 years of our United States of America and those who have fought for freedom since 1776. We also render this high-speed salute to our veterans and Gold Star families in attendance and those who have given their lives defending freedom. This will be your best photo opportunity, so get those cameras ready to capture the salute.
Mom and Dad and dressed in black, they folded up that flag, handed it to Dad, and started praying.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of 250 years of the greatest nation on earth, the Virtual F-22 Raptor Demo Team proudly presents the Dedication Pass.
That's one hell of a baby. That's the only way to go. Fighting the good fight till the good Lord calls you home. So beware, my friend, till I see you again. Yeah, this is our last goodbye. It's a hell of a day, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, repositioning from behind and overhead, Sheldon is setting up to bring you a maneuver we call the Cobra Strike. Ladies and gentlemen, from your right, let's turn up the heat this Oshkosh night with the F-22 Raptor's 270-degree tactical gyro pitch. jets can turn tight, many jets can roll quickly, and many jets can climb fast, but not many can fly quite like a Raptor. Watch from behind as the Raptor flies overhead and pulls straight into the vertical. And then, under complete control, you will see the F-22 Raptor defy the laws of physics and actually slide backwards.
Shaking me, red on the dark reality. Too much clown out on the floor. Gravity whisper, let it go. Hits they call no time to freeze. Here comes muscle memory. Goes down, goes level. She deep, power up, past the fear. Swimming right, the sky clear back on horizon. Now we high and tall, floating back, we're in control. We fly back up from the fall. Hands steady, we beat the stall. Slow, 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 don't stop. Push down, break the stall. To the wall. Don't stop, don't stop. Don't stop. Power to the wall. Don't stop, don't stop.
The Raptor's slow speed, high alpha handling characteristics are not only crucial, but exceptional. As Sheldon repositions to crowd right, the Raptor will slow down to less than 90 knots and load up on a high angle of attack. After the pass, you will once again feel the raw power of the jet as Sheldon lights those afterburners and rockets away into the skies. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the Raptor's slow speed pass.
Sometimes we gotta keep holding on. Sometimes we gotta keep holding on. We gotta keep living, gotta keep on living the high life. We gotta keep going, gotta keep on living this high life. Some days I know it ain't that easy, no. We gotta keep living, gotta keep on living the high life. Keep on living the high life. The high life. Take me for a walk down by the river. We can just talk down by the river now. Take me for a walk down by the river. We can just talk down by the river now. Take me for a walk down by the river. We can just talk down by the river. Take me for a walk down by the river. We can just talk down by the river. Gotta keep living, gotta keep on living the high life.
The F-22 possesses the critical capability to maneuver at speeds and altitudes that make it virtually untouchable to enemy air and ground systems, even without using afterburners. Accelerating from 90 knots to over 600 knots, Sheldon will roll inverted and pull down into a split S for the high-speed pass, showcasing just a fraction of the aircraft's supercruise and full-speed capability. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for Freedom's Thunder on the high-speed pass. The Raptor is dropping in for a maneuver known as the Hoover Pitch. This maneuver is a double knife edge separated by an inverted tuck followed by a pitch. This is another great opportunity to capture the Raptor in your screenshots during our demonstration.
If I hang around for one more round, I'm gonna call her up. I should leave right now, head out of this town, but I don't trust my truck. Cause there's a highway shoulder you can cry on, a two-lane you can
Ladies and gentlemen, named after the late legendary Bob Hoover, the Raptor's Hoover Pitch.
That's why God made airplanes and runways. Now Christ taking more ways that can get high up off the ground. Ain't got the wheel, can't turn around. Show me a place without her in it. I'll be there in a New York minute.
The Virtual Raptor Demo Team was founded in 2017 as a tribute act dedicated to the elite United States Force Airmen of the 1st Fighter Wing and Joint Base Langley Eustis in Hampton, Virginia, and to Air Combat Command's F-22 Raptor Demo Team. We would like to extend a special thanks to the staff at Virtual Air Shows and our real-life counterparts at Raptor Demo for their support and inspiration.
Need a window seat, man, they're all the same. As long as we're out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sheldon just told us he's got the gas for a few more passes. Named for the first F-22 demo pilot, Major Paul Max Moga, the F-22 Raptor's Max Climb. And now, for a maneuver exclusive only to Virtual Oshkosh, get ready to soar to space on Starship Raptor. Raptor 1, unrestricted vertical climb approved.
Copy, clear for the climb. We'll say hi to the space station on the way up. See ya! Oshkosh, I gotta say, from quote-unquote space, you're looking mighty fine from up here. Now let me put some more stars in the sky while I talk about stuff. I'm halfway through this very hard degree. It's called aerospace engineering. It's the same degree that astronauts study for. And you know, the first 2 years are called the weed out classes because a lot of folks drop out. Too much pressure, and believe me, I feel that. But only the best stayed the course. That's what I learned from a certain Thunderbird by the name of Triple. And he became the first guy to fly the T-7 Red Hawk. Hopefully my future ride. So no matter how hard it's getting, whether you're in the hobby or in the workplace, just stay the course. Resilience will pay off in the end. Alright, I'm initiating re-entry sequence, so Average, it's back to you. Let's blow stuff up.
As the Raptor approaches show center, Sheldon will light those afterburners and aggressively pitch away from the crowd. Get ready to feel the power and witness extreme maneuverability and the deafening tactical pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's demonstration. We hope you've enjoyed this brief display of only a fraction of the Raptor's full combat capabilities. As a key component of America's Air Force, your F-22 Raptors are ready to defend Allied skies and dominate the battlespace anywhere on the globe. Ready to aim high, fly, fight, and win anytime, anywhere. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Virtual Raptor Demo and join our Discord server for an inside look into the Raptor Demo mission. On behalf of your Virtual F-22 Raptor Demo team and the Virtual Heritage Flight Program, we thank you for your attendance, your patriotism, and most of all, your support. Raptors out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear it up and down that flight line. What do you think so far of your virtual F-22 Raptor demonstration team? You know, call me crazy, but I think that might have been the craziest Raptor demonstration I've ever seen here at Oshkosh. And I guess it's no secret that, you know, I'm going to say something from the inside of the virtual airshow world. There are some folks here that think Sheldon here is secretly Raz Larson, but I'm not a conspiracy guy. And Sheldon is most definitely not Raz, so sorry to break up the fun, folks. But there he goes, planning it down Air Force style. It's not the Navy, you don't slam it. And he's holding that nose up. That's called aero braking. He's not using one bit of those wheel brakes at all. And with all three wheels safely on deck, he's back on Earth, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see waves up and down the crowd line to Nathan Sheldon Schneller in your F-22 Raptor. Now about the virtual Raptor demo team, they're almost sold out of merch in Bowling Plaza, so if you have the time, I would make your way down there right quick to get yourself some last-minute Raptor swag.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think of that? That was a great demo. Up next, we have the F-100 solo. But first, before that, make sure to give Sheldon in the virtual Raptor demo some love in the chat. The next demo will be popping up on our screens here shortly, so stay tuned. Sorry, stand by here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the slight delay on the next performer coming up. The ETA is roughly 2-ish minutes. Now, I would recommend staying near your screens because 2 minutes is not a long time and you're not going to want to miss it. But if you're going to be quick, now would be the best time to use the bathroom or quickly grab a drink. I'm aware, like I said, sorry for the slight delay before the next demo start. They'll be up momentarily. But I am aware that there is nothing on the screen currently, as was just said a few minutes ago. Alright, well, we are waiting for the next stream to, the next performer to come up. Let us know in the comments who your favorite performer today was so far. And I can do that. I'll get some standby music while we wait. The next time you see a screen change, it will be the demo.
High wing, half mile southwest of Fisk, rock your wings. Oh, that's a wonderful rock. I'm going to have you continue northeastbound straight ahead along those railroad tracks, 1,800. You're going to enter that right downwind for runway 27 inside that gravel pit. You're going to monitor tower on the 118.5. Welcome to Oshkosh.
I want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling the wave. I want to fly. Let's get geek. Let's get drunk. Let's get high. Don't Bring a star.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think of that? I found it to be a nice demonstration of, I believe, the newest aircraft in the DCS skies, the F-100D. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the latest released module for DCS World. Nonetheless, it was a great demo. Up next, we're going to be speeding things up. I know the F-100 is already pretty quick, but these aircraft are very quick. We are moving on to the F-35C Legacy Flight and F-35C demo. Stand by while they get ready, and they'll be on this feed shortly. Enjoy.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know. The turn. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna show.
Yeah, a fresh, cool young Lou trying to cash his microphone check 212. Wanna believe my own hype, but it's too untrue. The world brought me to my knees. What have you brung you? Did you improve on the design? Did you do something new? Where your name in on the guest list? Who brung you? You, the more famous person, you come through, and the sexy lady next to you, you come too. And then the hitman standing outside of heaven, waiting for God to come and get me. I'm too uncouth, unschooled to the rules, and too gumshoe. Too much of a newcomer and too uncool. Like Shadow in the Veil, I battle with it well. Though I need a holiday like Lady who sung blue. Go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy as heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar. zipping low key. I'm zipping low key in Onyx. Rider, rider.
Twin. Twin.
Dropping up in jet ski.
Yeah, it's so hard to hide on my dog. I make a mistake and short. Where I shoot my shot at all these. My shoulder. Travis, what if they twins and they Siamese, but they won't? Why would she want it? Suck her toes. I'm trying to make her. Told her throw it back and put that on me.
Told her sit it on this, I took the glizzy on me. And you know this life been busy, man, I'm busy on me. And I come through, throw a pack, she never leave me lonely. Yeah, I can't do no cuddles, can't stay till the morning. She an angel in the streets, a demon undercover. Loud and shorty like I hate her, feel like I love her.
I be stunning like my dad, I'm from New Orleans Project. Yeah.
Sitting sideways with a drink while I think. Get cold in the summer, keep a meat. Tell me what you doing for, better not think. Another do it for before you blink. Highway moving right behind me, a fleet. If she get too annoying, find a beach. Twin, stopping up a jet ski.
Twin Drakes, twin Glock, twin jets. Charter planes, I don't ride props, slow stroke.
an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. Gonna take the life to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I guess the rain's down in Africa. We're gonna take some time to do the things we never had. The wild dogs cry out in the night as they go restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right, sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. Hurry boy, she's waiting there for you.
Hold my hand, everything will be okay. I heard from the heavens that clouds have been gray. Pull me close, wrap me in your aching arms. I see that you're hurting, why'd you take so long to tell me you need me? I see that you're bleeding, you don't need to show me.
months and take you around. Put a couple of guys inside of the school, I gave them the tools and get it off the ground. They say they're the ones when they make the airs, can't look in the mirror. I stand on the stage, I give them the rage, now turn it down. Can't take the game out, we do in the streets. We do it for keys, we do it for rights. I've been in 2 weeks, this shit ain't for pleasure, I'm coming to tweak. This shit is forever, infinity, no man, hey, we write it and wrap it around. And take me a beat and I turn to a beast. About the crib on the hill, made it harder to reach. Bought a couple more wheels cause I needed more speed. Bought a couple more watches, I needed more time. Didn't buy the condo, it was smarter than lease. And I bought some more ice cause I bought it and he made a cast on my dick. You should never go cheat. If I gave you a day of my life or a day in my eyes, don't blink.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what did we think of that? As you can tell, it is getting darker out, so that means get your bug spray because the mosquitoes are for sure out now. Up next, we have the CFA team performing a Twilight demo. So welcome them back to the stage and enjoy. They'll be popping up on the feed here shortly. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, once again, Kyle Davis, call sign Spooky, the voice of the 2026 virtual CFA team demo team. On behalf of the Royal Canadian Air Force, welcome to Canadian Air Force's CF-18 Hornet Air Demonstration Team. Each year, the Canadian Armed Forces presents a theme through its air demonstration teams. This year, we are recognizing the Royal Canadian Air Force's commitment to protecting North America and its responsibilities both domestically and internationally. Those that fly and maintain Canada's flying force are always mission ready. Carrying on the Canadian tradition of excellence, flying the Demo Hornet today is Hayden Wasik, call sign Lager from Brantford, Ontario. The CFA team flying here today is a combat aircraft and in its present configuration is capable of flying nearly twice the speed of sound or 2,400 kilometers an hour. Now, let's go live to the cockpit of the Hornet and hear from Lager.
Hello everyone, Lager from the cockpit here. Looks like a beautiful night for flying. Can't wait to put on another great show for y'all today. Sit back, enjoy, and cue the music.
Now let's watch as Lager lights the afterburner, executing the impressive takeoff dirty roll. Don't forget to share your favorite screenshots using the hashtag VirtualCF18Demo. We can't wait to see your screenshots. Switches in the CF-18 cockpit, the pilot can make all the necessary selections with the 16 buttons on the stick and throttles, thereby eliminating the need to look inside the cockpit during that critical stage of aerial combat. This is especially impressive considering the speed and agility needed to make effective tactical decisions during aerial combat operations. Now watch as Lager displays the CF-18's exceptional rolling capabilities. From the right, the hesitation rolls.
That's right, on top. It's tricky. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. I met this little girlie, her hair was kinda curly. Went to her house and busted out, I had to leave real early. Girls are really sleazy, all they just say is please me, or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy. It's tricky to rock around.
The next pass is to show the remarkable maneuverability of the Hornet. Almost any aircraft can do a normal loop, but very few can perform one like the CF-18. With incredible precision, watch as the CF-18 completes 4 90-degree turns to complete this maneuver. From the left, the square loop. Ladies and gentlemen, Liger is coming in for his next pass, during which time he'll be waving to you. We again would like to thank the amazing organizers and volunteers who made this great event possible. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, Liger giving you a wave, and he can in fact see you, so give him a big wave back in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Liger is now configuring his aircraft with landing gear, arresting hook, and fuel probe deployed. With everything hanging out, Liger sets up from the left for the dirty inverted pass. Well, that's unexpected. Liger still has his gear down. We may be ending our show here a little bit early today. Stand by while we try to get in contact with Liger.
We're having a gear malfunction. I'm gonna be bringing her back around. Nah, you guys already get it. You thought the show was done. We're only halfway through. I'm Liger. Here we go.
Just a game, come and play. Leave me on the floor tonight. Show me how to move like the water. In between the dancing lights. Be mine.
The next pass will demonstrate the agility of the Hornet in changing direction. Liger will fly the aircraft in a minimum radius, maximum rate 360-degree afterburning turn. He will then display the Hornet's high alpha looping capabilities. During the turn, Liger will experience over 7 times the force of gravity, or 7G. This means that in a real-life cockpit, his body weight would rise to nearly 1,700 pounds. During this maximum performance turn, look closely at the red-hot burners in the tailpipes. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the 360-degree afterburning turn. In order to get behind the enemy into what fighter pilots call the control zone, a pilot must occasionally slow down. In some situations, the aircraft that can fly the slowest will gain the advantage. Liger will now demonstrate the high angle of attack capability of the Hornet. At minimum speed, approaching center stage at only 190 kilometers per hour, which is equivalent to the speed of a Griffin helicopter. Ladies and gentlemen, Liger with the high alpha pass. Liger again has selected the afterburners and is quickly accelerating to almost the speed of sound, or over 760 miles per hour. He will then pull 7 Gs, sailing to the vertical, climbing over 3,000 feet above us. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel Liger is feeling the need, and I think you all know what that need is. The need for speed. Diluting this next pass, the CF-18 will only be flying at half of its maximum speed. But half the speed for the Hornet is still 1,200 kilometers per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, flying right on the edge of the sound barrier, watch from the left for the high speed pass. The Royal Canadian Air Force has committed to 24/7 operations at home and abroad. The CF-18 is Canada's multi-role fighter aircraft. It is used for air defense, air superiority, ground attack, tactical support training, aerobatic demonstration, aerospace testing, and evaluation. The Hornet is a fast, lightweight maneuverable aircraft, and because of its power, speed, and target tracking capabilities, it has had great success in military operations in Canada and around the world. To all the men and women in the armed forces who work to keep Canada and North America safe, this one's for you. From the right, the Fighter Operations Pass. Before this next pass, let's check in with Liger in the cockpit of the CF-18.
Liger from the cockpit of the Hornet one final time. We had a blast flying here at Virtual Oshkosh. Thank you for everyone who came out to watch us perform here today. Enjoy the rest of the performance of the show. I got one final pass for you. And again, I'm Liger. Here we go.
Give it all away if you give me one last try. Live happily ever trapped if you just save my life. Run and tell the angels that every
Ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready as the Hornet sets up for the top side pass. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, here comes Liger with the top side pass. On behalf of the virtual CF-18 demonstration team, we would like to thank you for watching us perform here today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we can't wait to fly for you again later tonight in the Twilight Show. So stick around, catch us later, and again, this is Kyle Davis, signing off.
This is not a tactic to expose you, babe. I'm just trying to see you in your moment, baby. No, this is
Alright, what do we think of that nice Twilight performance? And when they said they're flying again tonight, that is the TW Aerobatics in the pits. But up next, we have a crazy demo. We have the Night Stalkers up next in the SU-30. So give them a welcome to the stage, and they'll be on the screen shortly.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And on behalf of the Night Stalkers Jet Team and this amazing virtual air show community, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to today's event. Live from Bristol, Virginia, I am Night Stalkers streamer and narrator Nathan Sheldon Schneller, and it is my pleasure to describe for you today an extreme maneuverability demonstration of the Sukhoi Su-30 SM Flanker. Your pilot for today's demonstration is Justin Nathaniel, call sign Nova, from Perryton, Texas. And riding in the back seat is Jake Beck, call sign Aries, from San Francisco, California, leader of the Black Star Corporation. Nova has over 700 virtual flight hours on multiple platforms, including Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, and right here on DCS World. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. All systems are verified. Go for flight. The show is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Justin Nova Nathaniel and Jake Aries Beck and the Night Stalkers Su-30 Flanker. Stalkers Flanker is powered by a pair of Saturn AL-31 afterburning turbofan engines, producing over 55,000 pounds of combined thrust and full afterburner. With the added effect of thrust vectoring nozzles, the Su-30 is capable of maneuvers that many today consider to be impossible. You might just need a competition aerobatics rated airplane to do anything remotely close to what this thing can do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, inbound from your left, Nova is setting up for the high-speed pass. He will once again put the jet into full afterburner and send it across the show line over 90% the speed of sound. Who's ready for some noise? From the left, Nova on the high-speed pass. Repositioning to the right, Nova will send the jet into a 90-degree climb and cut his engines to idle. As Nova reaches the top of the climb, he will re-engage the afterburners and literally front flip the Su-30 into a controlled, flat turn. once again to the left. Nova will slow the aircraft down to highway speed, nearly 70 knots across the ground, and almost 90 degrees angle of attack, showing off the Su-30's extreme slow speed handling. From your left, the Night Stalkers, high, alpha, pass. right, Nova will show off the Su-30's tight turning capabilities with a minimum radius turn. Completing his exit to the left, Nova will then throw his aircraft into his signature maneuver, which he calls the Alien Spire. Why alien? Because its relationship with gravity is out of this world! Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take this moment to dedicate this next pass in our routine to the staff of today's air show, to the air show fans watching behind the screen, and most importantly, to our servicemen and veterans here today who have kept the skies free to fly. We wouldn't be here without you. Now, from the left, your Night Stalkers dedication pass. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it in the chat. Are you ready to kick things up a notch? Are you ready to tear the roof off this airspace? From the right, Nova is setting up for the inverted flip. He will flip the Su-30 inverted and pull up into a 90-degree climb. With outside G's pushing his blood into his head, the flanker will then proceed into a controlled front flip. Ladies and gentlemen, from your right, the Night Stalkers inverted flip. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Night Stalkers Jet Team, we thank you for coming out to today's air show. And as Nova always says, we wouldn't be here without you. Now let's watch as you get one last look at Nova and Ares in the Su-30 flanker. To idle. Completing the climb, he will throw those engines back into burners and literally hover that tennis court-sized flanker. Ladies and gentlemen, named for the same move that made the Falcon 9 rocket famous, this is the Hover Slam. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we are actually done flying, we thank you for coming out once again to today's air show. We thank you for your attendance and, most importantly, your support. Now directly in front, your 2026 Night Stalker!
Alrighty everyone, what did we think of that? As you could probably tell, it is now very dark outside, which unfortunately means it is too dark for the pits to fly, but when it's dark, it is perfect for something else, and the ending night show is the answer to that. So stay tuned, the night show is about to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, for 1 week each year, aviation's greatest gathering calls this place home. Pilots, dreamers, builders, and families from all around the world have traveled to Oshkosh to celebrate a passion that unites us all, the freedom of flight. Tonight, as thousands of eyes turn skyward, we close another unforgettable day at Virtual Oshkosh in the only way Oshkosh can. In a moment, the darkness above Whitman Field will erupt with light. Colors will race across the sky. Thunder will roll across the grounds, and the night itself will come alive. Let every burst remind us why we return year after year, for the friendships made on the flight line, for the aircraft that inspire us, for the memories that last a lifetime. This is more than a fireworks show. This is Virtual Oshkosh. This is the spirit of aviation, and this is the celebration of the aviation community, unlike any other on Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, look to the sky and enjoy Virtual Oshkosh's Night Air Show. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed tonight's performance, get ready, because everything you've seen so far has been building to this moment. The sky above Oshkosh is about to explode with light, color, and sound as we begin tonight's grand finale. Raise your eyes to the sky, feel the energy of the crowd, and prepare for an unforgettable finish. Oshkosh, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the grand finale.
Party rock! Yeah. Woo! Let's go. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Yeah. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Party rock is in the house tonight. Oh. Everybody just have a good time. I can feel it. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Yeah. We just wanna see you shake that. In the club, hard rock. Looking for the girl, she on the jock. Now stop till we get the spot. Booty moving weight like she on the block. With a drink, I got to know. Tight jeans, tattoo, cause I'm rock, raw. Half black, half white, diamond now. Gang of money, open up. Yeah, I'm running through these halls like Drano. I got that devilish flow, rock and roll, no halo. We party rock. Yeah, that's the crew that I'm repping on a rise to the top. No lead in our Zeppelin. Hey, party rock is in the house tonight. Woo! Everybody just have a good time. Yeah, and we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Let's go. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Feel it, man. We gon' make you lose your mind. We just wanna see you shake that. Every day I'm shuffling. Step up fast and be the first girl to make me throw this cash. We get mine, don't be mad, now stop. Hating is bad. One more shot for us, another round. Please fill up a cup, don't mess around. We just want to see you shake it out. Now you home with me. You naked now.
Get down, put your hands up to the sound. Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sound. Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sound. Put your hands up to the sound. Put your hands up to the sound. Get up, 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 get up. Put your hands up to the sound, to the sound. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Put your hands up. Feel it, man. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Shake that.
Every day I'm shuffling. Will you cry if I call you my angel? Gotta leave, gotta leave, gotta leave you one more time.
everybody. Did you miss me? I don't know. What? This is our first try again, so it's gonna go right off the dome. But I know. Before you think that I'm back for sure, you're wrong. Those lights are very bright. Okay. Anyway, Air Show 95. I announced my final show. I didn't think it was all that. It wasn't my best show I've flown. It felt right to end with the Superphonic. And why not end right here in my hometown? In the jet that started my DCS, like aviation, I guess you could call it a career. I'm not really getting paid, so it's not really a career. But, yeah. I'm gonna leave Vandy here. I'm gonna hang up my coat. I'm gonna give my wings away. Maybe give my aviator sunglasses to a kid. Something like that. But yeah, Vandy's staying here. This is it. Dunzo. Finished. Zilch. Like I said, all off the dome. This is just one take. It's going in, whatever. Let's give a virtual round of applause or a spacebar spam for my boy Doughboy Jish for coming up with this fireworks show. He's doing something crazy for the world, man, I tell ya. Well, anyway, I'm running out of show space here. It's gonna get dark pretty quick. I'm gonna go to the SOX camp and get hammered. It was good to showcase Vandy one last time at Virtual Oshkosh. Thank you for the amazing 5 years, and once again, see you later. Goodbye, everyone. Finished. Gone.
Don't get any funny ideas. We're actually done this time.
Well, as you guys heard, that was the send-off of Vandy 1. The FAA finally caught up to him. By the way, Killshot, there is a angry man with an FAA badge waiting for you, so you better hurry up and run down to that SOS tent and dodge any person that looks official. They've been looking for you for a while now, Killshot. You showed your face, and now they're after you. All jokes aside, that was a great night show. Thank you to Killshot and Josh for putting that together. But with that being said, that concludes VAA Airventure 2026. Before I close out the stream, I'd like to thank every performer that flew at the show on both days. So that's day 1, day 2. Thank you for everyone coming out. Thank you for the people who didn't exactly fly a show, but they still showed up for the arrival. And thank you for Snodgrass helping out with the applications this year. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and thank you to everyone who stuck around till the end, even after we had our incident regarding the stream getting taken down earlier. But that didn't stop the hype. Everyone came right back, and we had a great Twilight show today. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye. P.S. Killshot, please. This guy's, like, bothering me so much. He keeps asking me where you are. I've been telling him I don't know. Anyway, see ya. Just dodge the FAA guy.